It's nice to think about, isn't it? The countdown is on to spring. We're just a month away until the season arrives. So why not get a jump start on your garden? And here with all the dirt, it's U of I Extension horticulture educator Ryan Pankow back with us. Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tim.
Not only is spring right around the corner, you guys have a big event coming up on the 9th, which is going to be here before we know it out in Danville.
Yeah, over in Danville, we have our Garden Day and Spring Festival. So the Garden Day workshop is a big part of it, and it's a series of educational, informational sessions that folks can attend. And then the Spring Festival is we have a lot of vendors come in that folks can shop for different gardening items and see a lot of great stuff at that too.
So this is sort of a two-part deal happening at the same place at the same time, but you don't necessarily have to do both if you don't want to.
Yeah, you don't have to do, you can do one or the other. It happens at Danville Area Community College. They've been gracious enough to host us, so we've that's a wonderful partnership with U of I Extension and them, and their culinary department provides food for the event.
Nice.
So I can assure you that'll be just some delicious food. So they'll provide the refreshments, but we have some great speakers. One of their horticulture instructors, Amanda Krabby, will be talking about designing a downsized garden, where her discussion will talk about looking at a more sustainable, smaller sized garden and how you can do that and make it manageable in your busy life.
Sounds like a good plan. As I understand it, you're one of these speakers as well, right?
Yeah, I'll be giving a presentation on invasive species. So what every gardener needs to know about invasive species. So
what is the one that most people, I don't want you to give away any of your talk, but what's the one around here that most everybody has to deal with?
Well, there's a number. You know, really the invasive species are a big problem in natural areas. So it's not really a problem necessarily for a lot of gardeners in their yard, but the seed from those can spread into natural areas. So I'd say there's a number of different invasive shrubs, bush honeysuckle, autumn olive that are a big problem. Among their herbaceous plants, garlic mustard is one that really threatens a lot of native areas.
Sounds delicious.
It is edible.
Is it? Okay.
Folks eat it, yeah. So.
Now, there's this learning track, kind of with the speakers and more of an informational, educational kind of thing. And then the other half of this is more based on, there's some shopping and vendors and things, right, for those who just want to get things necessary for doing their garden this year.
Yeah, a lot of different vendors with gardening tools, plants, just anything gardening you can think of, we've tried to bring into this event. So there's a silent auction that a number of wonderful things have been handmade for. There's just a great variety of stuff in that silent auction, a lot of which is donated by many of the folks that sponsor our event. So people can bid on those.
Nice.
They can shop amongst the vendors, or if you'd like to actually attend the educational stuff, that's there too for you.
So what is the cost ticket situation for this? Is something needed no matter which part you're doing?
Oh, well, that's a good question. For the educational part, we charge $25 for admission, but the Spring Festival and all the vendors and everything is absolutely free. Okay. It's open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Folks can come anytime to that. Our talks actually start about 9 a.m. and wind up about 3 o'clock. I'll be the last speaker.
Okay, so you're not the one right after lunch. That's not a good place to be.
Actually, right after lunch, we have our keynote speaker.
Oh,
Joellen
Sharp.
Okay. Yeah. So Joellen Sharp, and she is a regular writer in Indianapolis. She writes a newspaper column on gardening. I believe it's called like the Hoosier Gardener or something
makes
like
sense,
that.
Sure.
But really great column that she writes on a weekly basis, and she'll be talking about deer can cost you a lot of dough. So
very creative.
Yeah, any of us that live in like those more rural areas have deer eating a lot of our plants. So she has some practical ways you can kind of deal with managing deer and not having them consume your entire garden.
And this educational part sells out, or at least it did last year, right?
Yeah, every year it does sell out. So I would encourage folks to try and get tickets soon here, because the last time we checked the registration, it's really starting to fill up, and we do anticipate selling out again this year.
So the specifics are, it's coming up on March the 9th in Danville. What else do people absolutely need to know if they're planning to attend either portion of this?
Just to get tickets ahead of time.
Yeah.
So you can do that by calling our office in Danville, or we actually have an online registration up that you can get to through the registration information there that they're showing on the screen.
And if you want to just come shop and enjoy the day and maybe get some things for the garden, whether it's plants or tools, then you don't have to sign up, just show up.
Yep, definitely.
Got it.
Definitely. We'd love to have everybody come out. So.
Well, we plan to be there. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate that. And we'll connect you with more details at our website, which is ciliving.tv.